The legends are real. Welcome to I Hope You Suffer.
That doesn't even make sense in the context of the movie. It's set in space with like weird space Hitler and alien Aleister Crowley.
Oh, yeah, I got some opinions on. All of that. This is episode 187 of I Hope You Suffer. My name is Nathan.
I'm Kit.
Katie died. She got eaten by a megalodon that looks like King Shark.
Sad.
R.I.P. to a real one.
These things happen.
So we are talking about Bigfoot versus Megalodon.
Misleading title.
Yes, because they, as far as I remember, never actually are in the same room together, which makes it hard to fight. So this is a movie that I picked because on Letterboxd, it's number one, perfect title, suckered me in with just the idea alone.
The power of the words.
And then the poster just looks like it's gonna be sick. And then it was a 3D computer animated movie, and by animated I mean like
It looks like Tom from Toonami.
yeah.
The whole thing is Tom from Toonami.
It's strange because like the design work is pretty decent, but like the animation is like Hanna-Barbera shit. So like I watched I watched 4 of the 5 movies that are part of whatever the continuity of this shit is. And like
Madness. Utter madness.
Look, I was at work and they were all like an hour long.
I'd rather just be working.
It like so the first movie, as far as I could tell, was Bigfoot versus the Illuminati, which wasn't great, but like, I don't know, was whatever. And then the second one was Trump versus the Illuminati, which somehow out of the 4 I watched was the best.
That is dispiriting, to be honest.
It's real fucking bad, and it's like
Was Trump also an alien?
he is a clone of Trump.
Of course.
So,
Everyone in this movie is a clone.
I'm baffled. I tried to find any information about this director whose actual real name is BC14.
Big Chungus. Big Chungus 14.
Because I was like, the Trump versus the Illuminati movie is like Trump is played up as brave and a hero, but it's a clone, and they make a shit ton of jokes about him having like when they cloned him, they made sure he had bigger hands, and like, and it's like jokes blatantly making fun of him, but I can't tell if this guy that made these movies is a Trump supporter or not, because he also has 2 documentaries about the fucking presidential election
No.
but like they also like look like they could swing either way. So I have no idea what this guy actually believes. But Trump clone breakdances to baffle some aliens in it. It's fucking weird. But it ends with him like coming up against Satan, who is a giant muscly alien in a wheelchair. And like, I don't know, Satan releases all of these creatures, which one of them is the Megalodon. So once I finished that, and then I went into Bigfoot versus Megalodon and watched that, I was like, this movie would make zero fucking sense if you didn't watch these two previous movies.
Correct. It did not.
And for some reason, they get progressively hornier because,
They
like,
talked about sperm a whole lot.
that this fucking, like, Van Helsing clone person and whoever the soul woman is in the movie that just talk about fucking each other endlessly. It's fucking weird. I I like when you texted me about like what the movie was, you're like, "Wait, is this whole thing animated?" I was like, "God damn it, this is going to be terrible." Cuz I was like, I love animated stuff, but I can't imagine the quality of what this was going to be.
I'll say something bad that's animated. No.
Yeah. Uh yeah, so there's also a movie that comes after Bigfoot versus Megalodon that was Bigfoot versus Krampus. That Krampus basically just
Crampfoot.
looked like a giant fucking demon, which was kind of cool, but also like no one fights. It's all like space laser fucking like they're spacecraft shooting lasers at each other and shit. It's
Okay, well now I'm in.
yeah,
Now I
but
want.
but it looks like shit because it's all just like reused footage from like what you saw in this Megalodon movie.
It's just Star Wars. They
Yeah.
just use Star Wars footage.
They just added like a new fucking creature in it. And then they also added like at some point someone's talking about I don't know, some shit where they're like hacking into a computer or whatever and they just show like in real life pictures of inside a computer. Because they didn't want to animate anything new. And at one point,
God
I forget
damn it.
what they're talking about, but they're talking about like some new character that is just like a woman in real life dancing, but she's got a green light on her, so it looks weird. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna be forever baffled by these movies, and I know that if they keep making them, I'm going to end up watching them to just be like, I need to know what's going on.
No, you don't.
I know.
You really don't.
Because there's a fifth one called Trickles the Clown that
What? How is that related?
the year is 4044 as the battle between the bloodthirsty Illuminati forces and the human resistance rages on. Tickles the Clown, aka the Mauler of Innocence, escapes the gag and tag prison camp and joins the Illuminati forces.
I hate every word of that.
I can't believe these are real movies. So what did you think this movie was about?
What did I think it was about?
Sperm.
I don't know. Sperm. Not liking Jewish people.
Yeah.
Being weirdly racist.
The
Using a Bigfoot stand-in.
the Bigfoot sounding like Louis Armstrong
Oh my God.
was a choice.
The first time he spoke, I was like, that's not real, right? Because, like, nothing moves its mouth. Like, when talking in this movie. The Megalodon, Bigfoot, no one. So I was like, is that Bigfoot talking? And then it kept going, and I was like, oh, no.
Sometimes you'll see the aliens' mouths barely moving, and, like, in the Trump...
Like a twitch.
Yeah, in the Trump one, he's constantly wearing a fucking space helmet.
Yeah.
So you can't see his face. It's just, like, a Trump impression, but a bad one.
Jesus.
Yeah, the Bigfoot decision is not great, and they give like he does a lot of like old black slang
Oh no.
that like it's shit that like you would hear in like the 90s making fun of like 70s black slang. It's very weird. I like almost every decision in any of these movies I was just kind of like scratching my head like who did this?
Who is responsible for this?
The aliens, not great that they're aliens, constantly referred to as reptilian, and that one of them
Yeah.
is Aleister Crowley, who was reincarnated by Wrathchild, which is pretty fucking close to Rothschild. Not real stoked about that.
The further we go, the more convinced I am that this dude is a Trump supporter.
Yeah, I see. I think he has to be. Like, I think, because when I watched that Trump versus the Illuminati movie, like, based on how fucking, like, tough and brave he made him look, despite, like, making jokes that, like, when he's asleep, he's dreaming of Ivanka, like, all I could assume was, I was like, this dude has to have at least some sort of respect for him, because he's making him look pretty fucking cool in this.
You don't make a movie like this with, like, all of these terrible edgelordy jokes and teenage humor, without at least being the South Park kind of, like, oh, well, everything's awful. It's so cool to not care about anything. Like, it's funny. It's funny how awful this person is, kind of thing.
Right.
Like that type of personality, So I feel like it's just kind of a natural endpoint, is that dude at least being ambivalent towards Trump, if not outright supporting.
Sure. It's also, like, on Letterboxd, it doesn't show a lot of stuff he did, but when you go to his IMDb, he has 118 writing credits.
Why?
And it's all animation, but it's all, like, kids animation, but, like,
oh no,
but, like, sub-asylum films type shit.
What?
It's fucking...
That's very confusing.
It's real weird. Like, I don't understand. Like, he has Black Beauty's Christmas, like, Santa Saves the Universe.
What do you think he wrote for those? Like, did he come up with one joke?
No, I think he's the main writer of these.
Don't
Not
like that.
Fast and Fury. No, Furry. Like, Pets 2. Isn't there already... Like, there's already a Pets and Pets 2. Avenger Dogs Christmas. In 2020 alone, he wrote 2 Thanksgiving movies.
What?
Turkey Day and the Thanksgiving movie.
Oh, yeah, of course.
A movie called Jumbo about a giant elephant. These can't be real movies. I can't imagine these got made.
There's no way.
Space Babies. There was one, I swear, that I saw earlier that was something about, like, animals smoking weed that he wrote that I would probably watch. But I may have also made that up after taking an edible. Oh, wait, no. He's got... Oh, boy. This dude, like, 1, 2, 3, 4 at least documentaries about Trump.
Yeah, I'm going to say fan.
Uncivil War, Battle for America, Trumpocalypse Now.
Yep.
Trump versus Clinton, Clash of the Titans, and One Nation Under Trump.
Dude is so in.
Like, I even tried, like, reading reviews, because I was, like, trying to figure out, like, where this guy stands, but all of the reviews, like, all of the reviews were just like, this dude's movies are trash.
That's impressive to have the quality of your movie be so bad it transcends your horrible politics.
They're just like, look, regardless of what this movie's about, this sucks.
Yeah, this is trash.
Yeah. I can't recommend anybody besides me ever watch any of these.
You just don't.
Yeah. They were all on Tubi, and I was just like, well, I was like, they're here. I was like, originally I was going to just watch the Illuminati one and then the Megalodon one. And then I was like, wait, what the fuck is Trump versus the Illuminati? And I was like, okay, this is like 59 minutes or some shit. I was like, I'll watch this. I'll at least see what it's like. And it was one of those things that, like, once I started it, I was like, I don't know what's happening. I have to see what the fuck the rest of this is.
I'm starting to think Tubi is actually a detriment to society.
I don't know. I think it evens itself out.
These things should not be freely available to people.
Like, you could watch this, but you could also watch all the VH1 reality shows on there.
I guess that's true.
So I feel like the good outweighs the bad a little bit, but not by much.
I saw someone tweet that they watched Schindler's List on Tubi, and that it's extremely weird with commercial breaks for like Chili's.
I was gonna say, you all of a sudden it's like some fucking bleak
Have
as
some
shit
macaroni
scene,
balls.
Like, are you depressed? Try these pills.
It's like, what?
Tide detergent will get your clothes super clean.
There are so many boner pill commercials on there too. Watching Schindler's List, and it's like, hey, does your penis not work right? Oh no.
Like, right now, no. I'm real up. Did you see the thing I tweeted earlier about the fucking the Badge, the Bible, and Bigfoot movie?
Yes.
I also on Tubi, and I wish we would have watched that instead.
I think it quite literally cannot be worse.
I don't know. He's literally draped himself in a Blue Lives Matter flag on the cover.
God.
I do.
I'm probably gonna watch that one out of morbid curiosity.
Yeah, it's also only 66 minutes, so same.
That's like 80 minutes with all the commercials, though.
Yeah. If I watch it on my phone, I've realized that, like, you know, when the thing comes up and it's like commercial in like 5, 4, 3, 2, or whatever, like, I can do that, and if I like minimize as it's doing that, it like glitches and won't play commercials. Damn. So I just do that like every time if I'm watching on my phone. This Badge, Bible, whatever people also have Fighting Chupacabra in the cartel in Mexico, where the woman who directed it spelled her name wrong on the cover.
What?
Instead of Ashley, it's Ashy.
Oh no. Oh no.
Also, kind of want to watch this. These, there's some bad movies out here. I gotta say, movies may not be good.
I feel like once you factor in all of these, the overwhelming majority are bad.
It's like, you know, Heat can only carry movies so far.
It's having to do a lot of heavy lifting.
Before you start getting into fucking Chairman of the Board.
God. And that one's watchable, at least, unlike this crap.
Somebody I follow that like works for Vinegar Syndrome watched Chairman of the Board last night, and I was like, I can't believe
I saw that.
Anybody is watching this in 2022. But then again, we also just watched Bigfoot versus Megalodon, so
yeah, who's the real fool here?
Definitely us. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if there's like anything really to say.
Yeah,
much about this, because it's like the plot for the movie is just, there's not one unless you watch everything together, because like there is like a continuity between all of them, but like separately none of them make fucking sense unless you watch them together. So I'm also like, maybe this dude should have just done this as like a TV show instead.
Wow, I just saw the poster, and why is it in Japanese? I don't understand.
Yeah, I thought that's the thing that like suckered me in is I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
You see that cover and the title, and then like I see a what I assumed was a very made up name of BC-14, and I was like, all right, this movie's probably gonna be real dumb, but probably whip ass. And
Amazingly, no one has given it 5 stars on Letterboxd.
well, only 13 people have logged it, so give it time. Because again, you have
Who's the 4-star? I'm gonna fight him.
you have that movie title, and like it's on Tubi. People are gonna watch that shit.
Okay, the guy that gave it 4 stars has Resident Evil in his top 4 movies. And gave VHS Viral a 0.5 star. Get out of here. Clown. Dead to me.
Oh man, I'm not even gonna get started on people and their ratings on Letterboxd sometimes.
I saw an account that was 2 stars no matter what. I don't know why I found that so funny.
I like periodically when I come across something like these movies, I'm always like, okay, there's only like 20 reviews. I'll read all of them, and they're always like anytime you come across, it's like there's always it'll be like 19 half stars and then 1 5-star, and they're just like the 5 stars just like so fucking sincere about how much they loved just this unwatchable garbage.
It's so weird.
Like Ant Farm Dickhole was like that, where it was like it was like 99% 1 or half-star reviews, and there would just be like these couple people that would just be like, no, I watched this movie a week after my mom died and it brought me so much joy, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
This man ejaculated ants.
This movie reminded me of when my mom and I used to watch movies together.
So weird.
Yeah. Don't watch this movie. It's like it's not even worth the 20 minutes we've talked about.
Don't even watch any movies anymore. This thing has ruined movies for me.
You say that. I would agree, but then I watched Ebola Syndrome today, and
God, what a film.
I tweeted something about it where it was just like every scene in that movie took me by surprise.
Look, this is a fucked up scene. It's animal abuse, a chicken's killed, but I cannot stop thinking about how impressive it is that man just pulled that chicken's head off.
Oh my god,
like
with
that.
his bare hands?
It's an impressive feat of strength. Like, it's horrible, and I hated having to see it, but I can't stop thinking about it.
It's just wild. Like, the minute they showed up in Africa, I was just like, oh no.
Yes.
Nothing good is happening here.
Exactly my reaction. Oh, Christ.
By the time I got to the end, which I guess spoiler for Ebola Syndrome, and he's just running around yelling Ebola and spitting blood in people's faces, and then just gets like lit on fire and is hit by a car, but he's like on fucking fire. It's not like that shit where you see like half a second of somebody. This dude was fucking engulfed in flames. I don't know how that person is still alive.
Oh, he's dead.
Like, he has to be.
Whenever he's in the doctor's office and the doctor's like, you need to put a mask on right now. And he's like, what? And I was like, you don't get near me. Don't breathe on me. I was like, man, mood. Yeah. Biggest mood.
I was like, at first I was like, this is a bummer, watch this right now. But I was also just kind of like, well, I guess like, at least.
What better time, I guess.
At least someone's not running around yelling COVID and spitting blood in people's faces yet, so.
God damn it. He spit in that like very first meal or whatever, and I was like, oh no. Oh no, is that what this movie's gonna be?
It was when he fucks the fucking... He's listening to people fuck next door, and then he just cuts a slit into like a raw piece of meat and then fucks it. I was like, what the fuck is this movie? Like I hadn't even got to the opening credits, and I was already like, "Is this dude got other movies out on anything I can watch right now?" Because I'm fucking in. Those first 5 minutes are wild.
It's utterly insane.
One of the best openings to a movie I've seen in a long time.
I mean, the thing that sold me on it, like blind buying it from Vinegar Syndrome, was like the very first screenshot they have to show it is just like a dude clearly getting pissed on.
Right.
Like just the camera and there's a piss stream going into his face. I was like, all right, well that seems real weird. I'm in.
I'm glad I had done the blind one for it was that and Steel and Lace. And because I feel like I probably wouldn't have bought it on like the name alone if I saw it. Like
right.
the cover art was cool, but I was kind of like, I don't know. The name's like whatever. So getting it in that like blind buy, fucking rules.
Yeah, I just ordered Steel and Lace the other night.
Oh yeah,
$6 coupon. I was like, all right, let's do it.
God, what did I buy? Oh, I bought the that whole like January.
No, yeah, the whole
set,
bundle.
And then I got Girlfriend from Hell from Culture Shock from them, like their partner thing.
Yeah.
Dead Heat I'm like less interested in. I'll watch it, but
I like it, but I don't think I need to own it.
Yeah, I mean it was like it's part of the package, so I was like fucking whatever. But like their Forgotten Gialli box sets are great, and I used to own like a Troma release of Fortress of America that looked like shit, so I can't wait to see a good version of it.
Being able to see what's happening.
Yeah. I don't know.
Let's just talk about Vinegar Syndrome movies.
Yeah, shit. I literally have 6 orders through Severin right now that I'm waiting. Which actually, after I tweeted today about how I've just been impatiently watching everybody get their like folk horror box sets, 5 of my 6 things finally shipped. They just like shipped them all together.
Oh yeah.
So sometime soon I'm gonna have a fucking stupid amount of Severin movies coming in.
I'm pretty glad that this month's drop for Vinegar Syndrome doesn't have anything that really grabbed me, because I've been spending a shitload of money on furniture and moving and shit. So it's like, oh, thank God. I'm kind of glad.
I just happened like my grandma sent like all the grandkids like inheritance money because she was just kind of like, like I just realized that why should I wait until I die when I could kind of like let them enjoy this and like whatever while I'm alive. So I just had like I got like a decent chunk of money that I was like, okay, I never have like a bunch of money, so I'm gonna like be responsible, and I'm like, here's all of this I'm gonna spend on like shit I need to get taken care of, but I was like, I'm gonna like splurge a little bit and take like $800 and just buy a bunch of fucking movies.
Yeah.
And so I was like, like none of the stuff on Vinegar Syndrome's January package is anything I was like way interested in. Like I don't know what Curfew is or Master of the World. But I was like, I'll watch Dead Heat periodically. I want the Forgotten Gialli box set. I want Fortress of America. I was like, I might as well get the set and get all 5 instead of like spending close to that same amount and just getting the 3.
Yeah. I do need to go back and pick up Hell Comes to Frogtown and Dial Code Santa Claus.
Oh yeah.
Watching Dial Code Santa Claus again this past Christmas, I was like, shit, I need that one. That one is going to be an annual watch.
Yeah, that movie rules. It's been a while since I've seen it, but that movie, from what I remember,
so fucking good.
Yeah, I think I watched that maybe last year for the first time, and it's great. I mean, you've been moving, but have you watched like anything cool? Like since we recorded like 3 weeks ago.
Let me see. So I watched Let's see, the classic "Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood."
Hell yeah.
Don't Look Now, which was super good.
Oh, the Sutherland movie?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, not Don't Look Up, the terrible Netflix climate change movie.
Yeah. I didn't even know what that was, and I just saw people like slowly start like tweeting about it, and I was like, I don't know what this is, but I'm definitely not gonna watch it.
Gonna ignore it. Uh, Matrix Resurrections, which was terrible. Nightmare Alley, really good.
Oh,
And then
I don't I don't know what Nightmare Alley's about, other than it's either directed or produced by Del Toro, right?
directed, yeah.
Directed. Yeah, I'll see it eventually, but like I had no idea what it was. All I saw was people bitching about how, I don't know, it went up against Spider-Man, so I don't know, Disney was trying to sink it or something.
That's it's really, really good. I liked it a lot. I guess I wasn't expecting it to be like a neo noir kind of thing,
Yeah.
but or to take place in a freak show, but yeah, it rules. So if you like, general modern day Del Toro stuff, it's really good.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in on like whatever he wants to do, because even if like
Yeah,
the
same.
story isn't the best, it's going to look incredible.
Oh yeah, and this one's real, real pretty to look at. But the story's also really good.
Yeah. I don't know, anything else?
One more, and that is Retribution from Guy Magar. I blind bought that one from Severin, and it is incredible.
Oh yeah. I've seen that
I don't know if
once.
it's streaming on anything, but everyone needs to watch it.
I don't remember a lot about it, other than I remember really liking it.
I knew nothing about it, and I'm glad I didn't.
Let's see. So I watched, so I had made plans where I was like, all right, I'm gonna go see Spider-Man like the week after it comes out. So I was like, I had to work like 8 days leading up to Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right. I was like, there's a showing at like 9:30. So I don't think anyone will be at a showing of 9:30 in the morning on like Christmas Eve to go see Spider-Man. So I was like, I'm gonna try and go then. And then it's just like fucking COVID numbers
Packed.
here. No, it wasn't even that. It's just like the COVID numbers here are just so fucking out of control that I was like, I'm not risking this. But
That's the one good thing about everyone seeing Spider-Man and not Nightmare Alley is we went to see it and there was like two other people in the theater. So we're like, okay, this is cool. We're fine.
I had told myself, I was like, all right, well, I was like, maybe I'll like wait, and like that morning I'll look to see what seats look like. But then I was just kind of like, I got off work and I was like, I'm fucking tired. I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah.
But so I was like that whole week leading up to it, I was like, I'm gonna watch through the entire MCU leading up to it, and just I'm fucking working 8 days at work. I'm gonna just do something fun and watch all these movies again. So I watched all of those, and then as I finished it, Caitlin was like, I think I want to like start watching these. I've never seen them. Like, I'll watch them. And like, we made a deal that like Caitlin's going to watch all of these, then I'm gonna watch all of The Sopranos because I've never seen it. And so now I'm in my second fucking like halfway through the MCU with Caitlin
For the second time.
Yeah, in like a month. But besides that, I watched Possession for the first time.
Hell
Just
yeah.
the absolute fucking best movie. Movie's incredible.
Very upsetting.
It's bleak, but like the performances in it are just top notch. You finally get like that scene of her fucking the weird half monster thing.
Oh my god.
It rules. I also watched Pig finally, which also just so
Absolutely
fucking
rocks.
sad. But it's so good. I hope that movie gets something from an Oscar this year or something. Like, it deserves it. I watched the Bollywood Evil Dead movie. Which my review on Letterboxd is, this isn't good, but it fucking rules. It's
Fair.
like it's pretty, like, a pretty straightforward take on Evil Dead, to the point that they flat out, like, they do like the tree rape scene, but like
Yeah.
but like not, they don't show like really anything. It's just like, it just kind of like grabs limbs and just kind of like, that's about it. But like at the beginning, for some reason, there's like a straight up like late 2000s like Pussycat Dolls style like hip hop video in it, but Bollywood.
What?
I don't know how to explain it. It's so weird. Like, it starts off where it's, the scientist in the cabins reading from like the Necronomicon, and like the Necronomicon looks shitty but also like kind of on point. And then it like turns into this weird like Bollywood rap video, and then it just goes back into like Evil Dead, but like also kind of like the Mahakal movie we did. The t-shirt game in this movie is incredible. Just more fucking wild, baffling t-shirts. That's also on Tubi, so if people want to watch that, I highly recommend it. It's very weird and stupid. I watched The Void and Psycho Goreman again. I rewatched Willy's Wonderland. I watched The Mother of Tears, the third movie in Dario Argento's Three Mothers movie, and it's terrible.
Yeah. Not great from what I remember.
It's a real bummer to watch Suspiria, Inferno, and then that. It's like real edgelordy and bad. Rewatched Ernest Goes to Camp.
Perfect movie.
Yeah. And then like I've kind of, before I had to watch this fucking movie, I'm working my way through like the entire Argento catalog, but like randomly, like not in order, so it's like very hit or miss of what I'm watching. So it was like Opera, Phenomena, and then The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, which are all great, and then Jennifer from Masters of Horror.
Oh no.
And then Inferno and The Cat of Nine Tails, and then Peltz from fucking Masters of Horror. I've gotten through almost everything that's like streaming except Tenebrae, and then I've like just fucking illegally downloaded like a bunch of shit that's just never streaming anywhere, like Dracula and his Phantom of the Opera and shit that I've never seen. So and like Ebola syndrome, and I'm kind of like trying to finally dig into some of the vinegar syndrome shit I got. I also watched a movie that I had watched in like a decade called Invasion of the Bee Girls, which is like a 70s movie about bees that are in the form of women. Yeah. Just
God damn it. Of course, that's exactly what it is.
It rules. It's a pretty solid movie for, a lower tier like 70s sexploitation thing.
Yeah.
But I would recommend it if you can find it. I have it on like I don't know if you remember these. It used to like, at least in Ohio, like around Halloween every year, like like Target and like kind of like we have Myers there, which is like a grocery store, but also they sell like clothes and fucking furniture and like, kind of like a department store, but also a grocery store.
Yeah.
and they would like load up on like horror movies, but it would be like those like shitty DVDs of like, here's, a bunch of shit that's in like public domain mashed together.
Oh yeah.
And so I have it on some DVD with some other movie that I've just had for like just for fucking ever. Also I have it's like one that's like House by the Cemetery and something else that's like that too. But they also just kind of look like shit because they're like public domain $6 DVDs.
Right.
Yeah. Watch any of those movies we just talked about. That besides
certainly, I'll say certainly over. I already forgot the name of it. Whatever garbage we started talking about.
Bigfoot versus King Shark.
Yeah, that one.
God, the Megalodon in that looks so fucking cool too, and it just does nothing. Makes me so mad.
Not even remotely a Megalodon. I'm upset.
It's literally like, it's just King Shark. It's a big muscly shark with arms.
Yeah.
Fucking jerks.
Motherfuckers. God damn them.
Do you have like a shout out or anything?
Shout out air fryers.
Oh fuck yeah.
I picked one up whenever I moved, and that shit rips. I reheated a hamburger in it before we started recording, and I was like, oh man, this is so good. It's so crispy.
I've been like looking, because like for whatever reason I just got in my head, I was like, I really want like potato skins, which are like impossible to find anywhere vegan. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to make my own, and there's like a bunch of air fryer recipes. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm in. 40 minutes of prep, and it'll only take me like 8 minutes to cook.
It's the best, like looking at the recipes, and it's like, oh yeah, 20 minutes prep time, and like 4 minutes cooking time. I'm like, what?
Yeah. It's like fries that like in the oven will take like 30 minutes, and it's like 10 minutes. What a fucking miracle machine.
Right? Incredible.
Man, I don't even fucking know what I've been. Alice in Chains, self-titled album. That's my shout out.
That one rips.
Yeah. Sludge Factory's a banger. Just find that picture of the three-legged dog. Just get
all you need.
Real sad listening to that album. Next week, I think, if it's still working out, me, possibly Katie if she's feeling better from being dead, and Lori from Queer Horror Cult are going to be talking about the Gates of Hell trilogy. I don't know if you're around, like you gonna be around tomorrow, or do you work?
I've got to go grab like my guitar stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I'm doing that after work.
Man,
this is the one thing I didn't move.
Yeah. You need guitars for.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's what next week's episode will be, and then we gotta figure out some shit about going whatever we're doing after that. We should just tell Katie we're doing Trump versus the Illuminati, and then we'll each watch something different. Oh wait, she's gonna listen to this. Never mind.
Wait, no, not that.
We're definitely doing something good.
Mimic 3.
Yeah. Species 3. I think there's 3.
I'm in. I'm genuinely in.
I have this weird, like, anytime that movie comes up, like, it's a fucking weird story. So, when that movie came out and, like, first hit, like, HBO type, like, that level, before it kind of really hit, like, Blockbuster shit, they would go to, like, HBO and shit first. Like, yeah. I remember I had a friend who was having a birthday party at a hotel where, they would rent, like, 3 rooms or whatever, and just fucking wreak havoc in this hotel. And this hotel had like a swimming pool with an arcade next to it. And I, like, it's a bunch of like, 11-year-olds or whatever, so everyone's running around barefoot. I'm in this arcade, and I stepped on a fucking just big ass screw coming out of the floor with my bare feet. That, like, I was like, okay, well, I can't do anything else now because I can't go swimming with this massive open fucking wound on my foot. And so I just sat in the hotel room and watched Species for the first time.
It's a much better use of your time, in my opinion.
So I always have this, like, weird memory of just, like, sitting in a hotel room with an injured foot at, like, 11 or 12 watching fucking Species, which is probably, like, the best age to watch that movie.
Honestly, it's like the best atmosphere to watch it in, too, I think.
Yeah, just kids running around screaming in a hotel.
Yeah.
In, like, a fucking Holiday Inn.
Injured, laid up in bed.
Yeah.
Just watching Species.
You can join our Patreon at patreon.com/I Hope You Suffer podcast, which you should do and go listen to that fucking sick new metal episode we just released.
Yeah.
You can hear us talk about Queen of the Damned, Freddy. I was about to say Freddy Got Fingered, which I wish. Freddy versus Jason, and then Spawn. You can buy merch at our Store Frontier shop. Leave us a rating and review on iTunes, or more importantly, go leave us a fucking 5-star rating on Spotify now that that's a thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just go, like, if you've never listened to us before, just listen to like 2 of these short Day of the Dead episodes that just throws that 5-star. Says Spotify does it at least the smart way, as like where you have to listen to some episodes first. Or iTunes, you could just do fucking whatever. Just
rate whatever. Like, I don't know. I've never listened to this, but it's garbage.
You see, like, look at any podcast that's like QAnon Anonymous or shit like that, where it's just like fucking just bombed with like 1-star reviews for people like, these people don't support Q. Shit like that.
How dare they?
You can follow us on Instagram at I Hope You Suffer Podcast. Follow Kate at Hidden Kitstery. Follow Katie at Werewolf Face. You can listen to my other podcast, 8K Movie Club. We released an episode right before Christmas on just some fucking garbage Netflix Christmas movie starring Kelsey Grammer and Elizabeth Hurley, which was bad. Also, it had like 3 people from fucking Love Actually in it. So that should tell you about the quality of that movie. Yeah, next week, Gates of Hell trilogy from Lucio Fulci, which I believe is all streaming on Shudder, which I assume most people listening to us have, so go watch those movies. They're actually good.
Oh, hey, speaking of Shudder, they just added Blood for Dracula and Flesh for Frankenstein, which both rock, and everyone should watch those. Yeah. I watched them both the other night when I didn't have internet.
Hell yeah. I've seen his Dracula. I've never seen Flesh for Frankenstein.
I don't like it as much as Dracula. That's a little more boring, but it still rocks. And I can't wait to watch it in 3D. The Vinegar Syndrome one has 3D glasses and a 3D version.
Oh, hell yeah. I almost bought that, like, when I was getting the other stuff. Then I was just like, no. I was like, I gotta get this fucking Caligula box set from Severin. Yeah. Just watch good stuff.
Yeah.
Don't watch the movies we cover unless it's Italian. Alright, I hope you Bigfoot, but Van Helsing? I got nothing.
Van Halen.
Yeah, this movie would be way better if it was just like David Lee Roth.
Yeah. Bigfoot, you're looking beautiful.
But instead it was just fucking what's his name from Metalocalypse instead.